Long before Greece became the cradle of civilization, the land was silent, an ancient stage waiting for its first actors. No temples, no warriors, no myths whispered across mountains, just wind, carving stories into stone. But buried beneath that silence was a mystery archaeologists still struggle to explain. A people who rose from nowhere, shaped the world, and then vanished into legend. Who were the first Greeks before anyone called them Greek? To understand the birth of Greece, we must travel back nearly 4,000 years, long before Homer sang of heroes, before the Parthenon touched the sky. The early Bronze Age. Scattered tribes roamed the rugged landscapes of the Aegean, wanderers, strangers to the lands they would one day rule. Something pushed them toward this peninsula, but what? Some say they came for fertile land. Others believe they fled a collapsing world beyond the mountains. But historians whisper something more intriguing. These early migrants carried with them a forgotten knowledge, a seed of civilization waiting to take root. And that seed would soon bloom into the Greek identity itself. The tribes who moved into the Aegean did not arrive peacefully. They encountered older cultures, the quiet farmers of Thessaly, the mysterious seafarers of Crete, the shadowy groups who built stone sanctuaries under starless skies. These people did not welcome strangers. But the newcomers were relentless. They built hillforts, forged bronze weapons, established alliances across hostile valleys. And slowly, something unexpected happened. The invaders and the natives began to merge. Ideas blended, beliefs intertwined, bloodlines mixed. Yet beneath this fragile unity lingered a dangerous question. Were they unifying or preparing for conquest? For centuries, historians believed the early Greeks simply appeared, a people born from the Mediterranean itself. But recent evidence reveals something far more dramatic. DNA findings show a sudden surge of people from the north, horse-riding pastoralists sweeping down in waves. These were the Proto-Greek speakers, and their arrival was anything but peaceful. They brought new gods that demanded thunder, sky, and fire. They introduced warrior traditions and burial rites unseen in the south. They carried a language that would echo through millennia. And here's the most startling revelation. The first Greeks weren't a people at all. They were a fusion, a cultural storm blending invaders, natives, and survivors of a collapsing Bronze Age world. Greece was not born. It was forged in fire and blood. Out of this violent fusion emerged the first recognizable Greek identity, the Mycenaeans. They built citadels that towered over the landscape, Mycenae, Tyrans, Pylos, fortresses that still stand as monuments to their ambition. They created Linear B, the first written Greek. They formed kingdoms ruled by warrior kings who would inspire the legends of Agamemnon and Achilles. These early Greeks laid the foundations for everything that would follow: philosophy, democracy, drama, myth itself. It all began with those ancient wanderers who crossed mountains, seas, and time, never knowing they were shaping an entire world. What they left behind were clues, scattered across ruins and grave sites, waiting for us to piece together their story. And each clue reveals another unsettling truth about their journey. Greece's origins are not a single story, but a mosaic, broken, scattered, pieced together by centuries of movement and merging. The Greeks did not descend from one people, but from many. And the land they claimed transformed them as much as they transformed it. But we've only touched the surface. Because the next question is even more mysterious. How did these scattered tribes rise to become the mighty Mycenaean civilization that would dominate the Aegean? How did they build palaces that rivaled empires? And what dark secret brought it all crashing down?